Okay, welcome back. My name is Amelia, and in this video we are going to look at what's called permalinks, or the permanent link to a piece of content that's on your site, and we're going to do some changes to it and configure it very slightly. So best way to explain this is if I go to my site just here, and I'm going to go into this Hello World post. Now if we look up the top here, you can see that it's got a P equals 1, or a question mark P equals 1. Now if I copy and pasted this link and popped it somewhere, say on Facebook or Twitter or something like that, that's the link that people are going to be able to click on to come to this particular Hello World post. Okay, now the P equals 1 doesn't do a lot, doesn't really say a lot about the site, and it's certainly not very search engine friendly, but there is a way that we can customize that. Now similarly, before I go ahead any further, with the sample page here, if we click on that and we have a look up the top there, it says question mark page ID equals 2. So all it is saying that that's the ID, or the numerical ID for that particular page. Every post or page has some kind of identifier or a numerical identifier. The same with the Hello World post. It's got a P equals 1. If we had another post on here, it would be P equals 2. So it's the incremental addition of some more content. Now if we go into Google, and I'm going to just search for Copy Blogger. So Copy Blogger is built on WordPress as well, so it's a WordPress based site. Now if you don't know about Copy Blogger, I highly recommend that you go to copyblogger.com and go and check out their site. They have some really awesome products to be able to use along with your WordPress site, and they also teach how to add content to your site and how to make your site work for you if you're looking at planning your online business. And they're an awesome bunch of people. I do know a couple of them there, so really great bunch of people, definitely worth checking out. But digressing there, if I click on this content marketing link and we head over to that particular page, you'll see that it's got the copyblogger.com. Now it doesn't have a question mark page ID equals or P equals. It's got this, it's called a slug, content dash marketing. So this is the concept of a permalink, is that I could copy and paste this link and give it to anybody, and they can go and click on that link and they can see this page as well. And it's a bit more descriptive, isn't it? So the link sort of says a little bit more possibly about what the page is, and this is about obviously content marketing, which is information to be able to sell products or services that you're providing. And again, digressing, different kettle of fish, come and check out Copy Blogger to learn more. But we want to make our links look a bit more like this. Rather than P equals 1 or page ID equals 1, we want it to make it a little bit more like this. Okay, so if we now head back into our admin area, and in our settings tab, you'll see this permalinks in the flyer, so click on that. And this is where we can configure the permanent URL or the permanent link of the content on our site for both posts and pages. Now I've got a series of radio buttons here, and the first one here is the default, and you can see here an example of the permanent link. It's the P equals 1, 2, 3. So that's what we've got set up at the moment, and we've got other options here to be able to use. So you can add a day and a name, so you can add the day the post was published or posted, as well as the name of the post. You can add a month and name, you can make it numerical, and we've got this one here which is post name. You might see here from the example, it says sample dash post, so very similar to this content dash marketing one. So this is the one to select there. By all means you can use the other ones above, depending on the kind of content that you're creating. If it's like a news theme and you're adding content on a daily basis, you might want to use the numerical references. But if it's going to be evergreen kind of content, you can certainly just use the post name, and you can customize the slug, and we'll get around to that once we start adding content to our site. But just click on the post name. Now with categories and tags, if you start using categories and tags, you can assign a different name, all this means is that in between the post name and the URL would be another, it would look like a subfolder. It says either category or it says tag, and you can customize the word as well. So instead of saying category, I could add, say, tutorial. Instead of tag, I could add how to. So that's kind of how I've got it set up on my side at the moment. But yeah, we can get over to those once we start using categories and tags, so you don't need to worry about it now, but that's what that's there for. So once you've selected which one you want to use, and you can still use the default, it's totally up to you, but most people don't want to, click Save Changes, and again that will refresh the page with a notification saying Permalink structure updated. So that's all done. Now if I go back into this Hello World post, let's go back into the main page and let's click Hello World. And if you see up the top, it says hello-world. Now, as I said, you can customize what that says. It's just using the name of the page and putting dashes between it. So if it said Amelia's fantastic WordPress post, it would go Amelia-fantastic- blah, blah, blah. Okay. Same with the sample page. If we click on the sample page, we now see at the top, instead of saying page ID equals 2, it now says sample-page. Again, it just uses the name of the page, the title that you give it, and it puts hyphens, dashes between it. And again, you can customize the name of that as well, or the slug. All right, so that's now looking exactly the same as Copyblogger's links. Okay. So update your permalink structure to the way you want it, click Save Changes, and you are done. And that is it for setting up our website, the basic configurations anyway. There's certainly a lot more that you could do. This is just the basic essential setup information for you to just get going, you know. So in the next series of videos, or the next course, we're going to go through the basics of using WordPress to add content to our site, and we're going to start off with looking at the kinds of content we can put on there. All right, so I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to leave this video series here, and yeah, I will see you hopefully in the next video series. Okay, bye.